Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5e, and we're going to cover another topic on the Wizard. Now, I am a big fan of the Wizard. I've loved playing Wizards for quite a long time, and what draws me is the complexity of the Wizard. And one of the features that I covered quite some time ago was Arcane Recovery. So I'm going to say that the topic for today is Arcane Recovery updated or revised, you might say. So I have actually done this topic before, but what I want to do is I want to fill in some of the gaps that might have been left, and I did have a good peruse of the internet to see what people were asking, and these were sort of the questions that people were asking. So what I'm going to do is I want you to turn to page 115 of the Player's Handbook, where you will find details on Arcane Recovery. I want to read out the section to you, and then I'm going to demonstrate to you using a few maps and dice and so forth, sort of how Arcane Recovery works in practice. Okay? You have learned to regain some of your magical energy by studying your spellbook. Once per day, very important, pay attention to that part. Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level. And this is rounded up rather than rounded down. So pay attention, rounded up, not rounded down. And none of the slots that you regain can have a value of 6th level. So it can't be a level 6 spell or higher. They have to be level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 that you regain by using Arcane Recovery. Now, the example they provide you with is, for example, if you are a level 4 wizard, you can recover half your level, which is 2. So 2 levels worth of spell slots. So that means you could recover either 1 second level spell or 2 first level spell slots. That's essentially how it works, right? So let's give you a rundown of the features and how it works. I'm just going to cycle through this and give you an example as we level up. So at level 1, let's make the red dice our level 1, and the brown dice is basically how many spell slots worth of spells we get to acquire. Okay, so we're level 1, so half of level 1 is 0.5 or half. Now you can't have a half, so we're going to round up, so that means that at level 1 you get one level worth of spell slots back, which means essentially you can only reclaim a level 1 spell because you won't have access to anything else. It doesn't change your ability to access spells. It's still exactly the same. Now when we get to level 2 as a wizard, half of 2 is 1, so we don't have to round up, we still get 1, so it doesn't change anything whatsoever. When we get to level 3, if I can find the 3 quickly, so half of 3 is 1.5. So we can't have a half, so we're going to round up again. So that means we've got 2. Okay? And that means we change the way we can select our spells. We can, if we want to, we can select 2 first level spell slots, or we don't need to use those at all. We could select, if we wanted to, just 1 second level slot. That's it for your spell. Now when we get to level 4, if I can find the 4 quickly, there we go. 4 is essentially the same. Half of 4 is 2. And so essentially the same thing that I just described and demonstrated to you applies again. Okay, you either get 1 second level slot, or you get 2 first level spells back into your repertoire to use. Okay, so that's level 4. Now it can change as we move up. Things start to adjust because once we get past level 4, you get access to different level spells, right? So when you're level 5, half of 5 is 2.5. So you can't have a 2.5, it's got to be rounded up. So we get 3, we get access to 3. Now level 5, that means we can do the following. We can select 3 level 1 spells. Okay? We can select 3 of them. 3 of those level 1 slots we can regain. Or we could ditch that, take a level 1 slot and a level 2 slot and regain those. Or, because we are level 5, and when you are a level 5 wizard, you have access to slots that are 3rd level. So you could just take one 3rd level slot. You have to make that decision when you use Arcane Recovery and you actually utilize it in such a way on your short rest. Okay, right, now the same thing applies when you get to level 6. Everything I just demonstrated applies exactly the same way. Okay, now there are a couple of questions that I noticed on the internet that I wanted to answer with regard to Arcane Recovery. And the very first one is recharging of your Arcane Recovery. It says you get access to Arcane Recovery once per day, 24 hours essentially. Not a long rest. It says nothing about a long rest. A long rest is 8 hours. Okay, so how do you work out when you get it back? As the Dungeon Master, just make a decision about what time of the day they regain it. It's not like you have to wait 24 hours from the time of using it before it's going to recharge. So I would suggest to you, Dungeon Masters, pick a time of the day where the wizard's Arcane Recovery will recharge. Maybe just select sunrise or sunset. A standard part of the day. I think sunrise is probably the easiest way to do this rather than using anything else. That is really probably the only question that I noticed that people would pop up. Now, the reason people go with, well, is it a day? Do I get it back after a day, or do I get it back after a long rest? Is often they're trying to figure out how to get access to Arcane Recovery in a single day more than once by trying to take multiple long rests in the same day. But you can't do that anyway. In a 24-hour period or one day, you can only take one long rest, so it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So that is the basics of Arcane Recovery. Now, if you found it helpful, excellent. Please hit the like and share button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell button to be notified when I go live and when I publish new videos. Now, if you want to support me, you supported me by watching this video, and thank you very much. I have many more videos, and you're welcome to go and check them out if you want to after this live stream and this video. I don't do Patreon, but down in the description you'll find affiliate links to the book depository and Amazon. You know the story. You buy stuff online, I get a small commission, and it helps support me buying stuff and gear and doing this sort of thing. Now, if you have questions in the live chat, this is the time to start asking them, or just say hi to me. I will say hi back to you. Now, if you're not part of the live chat, that's what the comments section's for. Go down into the comments section, ask your questions, give your feedback. Maybe you want to add something else, and I'll do my best to answer those questions and respond to your feedback. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.